ירוץ עדיך כמו היה, ישתחווה אל מחדרך, ויעבור ותיתוך כמו נשוא אלכונה. Once again, ידי נפש על הרחמה, משוך עבדך אל רצונך. ירוץ עבדך כמו היה, ישתחווה אל מחדרך. Thank you all for joining in. Please turn to page 142 for Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharech, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seidchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now I'm going to invite Holly to light the candles. Turn to page 120 and please rise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. Please turn to page 138 for Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nikabla. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Hishmi'anu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad, ushmo echad, Lishem ultiferet velitila, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabla. Likrat Shabbat lichu v'nilcha, ki mikor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha. Sof Maaseh v'mashava techila, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabla. Hitoreri, ki va'orech kumi uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alaik nigla, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabla. Please rise. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, Gam b'simcha usola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabla. Please be seated. And turn to page 144. Yitkadal v'yitkada shemei rabba, Ve'alma divrach yurtei ve'amlik malkutei, V'chaye kon uvyom ekon, Uchaye dachol beit Yisrael, Bagala, Ubizman kariv, V'imeru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach, Le'alam ulo me'amaya. Yitbarach, v'yishabach, v'yitba'ar, v'yitramam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalel, shemei dekudisha, b'richu, le'la, min kol berkata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma, v'imeru, amen. Please rise and turn to page 146. Adonai, Please, you can be seated. Now is the part of the service where we go around and just talk about what we've seen in nature today, or this week, or this month. Anyone have anything? David?
So I witnessed some bird politics in my backyard.
Oh.
This week. I was working in my office with the door open and I can hear goings on in the yard, and all of a sudden there's a barking racket and my cats are very excited. And I see a crow sitting on a high wire who is caught and is consuming a jay.
Wow.
All the kids in the neighborhood are really unhappy, and they're dive bombing this guy and trying to get the crows who have mass to leave. So, nature.
Very serious stuff. Yes, JJ. A cat in the middle of your door? Oh my gosh. What color was the cat? It was your cat? What is it? It's gray? It's black. Rick?
At the horseshoe bar of the American River, after we, my grandson and I walked about 2 miles down, got as close as we could get, there were 5 different varieties of waterfowl out on water when you get down there.
Wow.
We were all happy to stay there until my dog decided that she wanted to swim too. All swam away.
Oh, Tippy.
We fly away. She's not interested in that. My other dog is very interested in that, but this one not so much.
Bob?
In contrast to David, walking by the living room window this afternoon, and there's a big old turkey in the front yard, which is not as common. But then I realized there are like 8 or 10 babies. Just just this big. So much in the season. But the time will come later, they'll be here.
Tell them to watch out for the crows.
Watch out for the crows.
I was at the San Diego Zoo. It was about 600 people. It's pretty busy. I hadn't been there in a number of years. One of my sisters was veterinarian classmates with the youth vet at San Diego Zoo. So last time I was there, I went to the back door. You had to go to the cages and actually see the animal hospital where they treat the
Wow.
This was just one of those traditional visiting suburbs.
Yes.
Today, as we were speaking, we drove up from San Francisco, we looked at the sunset, and as we were turning on the street, well, going up by Sunday, but PG&E is digging up streets, so we had to turn back on the street to go on the wall. There was a tall palm tree in front of this house. Monkey let them see it light. Really tall. And it was so unusual to see a palm tree in the sunset.
Wow. Welcome. Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. Let's turn to page 150 for Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amchavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otan anu limadit adita, altanu lima adita. Alkein Adonai Eloheinu b'shokbeinu uvkumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki chem chayenu ve'orech yameinu Uvahem nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla, ve'ahavatcha al tasir, mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Ohev Amo Yisrael. Please rise for Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Does anyone want to join me for Bahafta? Yay! In memory of Roberta doing amazing on her B'nai Mitzvah. Karen, do you want to join? No? Karen? Everyone did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Amazing job. Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anoki mitzavecha ayom al babecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta ba'am B'shivtecha b'beitecha u'lechtecha b'derech u'shofbecha u'vkumecha u'kshartam leot al yerdecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chaftam al mezuzot beitecha u'risharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yatem kedoshim Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzeiti Echem me'eretz Mitzrayim, Lihiyot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Thank you, love.
Yasha Koach. Please turn to page 158 for Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osef ele, Nora tehilot osef ele. Malchutecha ra'u v'necha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'lianu ve'ameru, Adonai imloch, Adonai imloch, le'olam va'ed. Please turn to 160 for Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu Ufrosalim Yusukach Slomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us daily wrong from right. Amen. 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 Please turn to page 162 for Vishamru. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Beit Ramru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Now we're at Tefillah on page 164, so please stand. Adonai Sevatai Tiftach U'Tiyani Tefillah Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Eloheinu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rehuel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaNorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Ve'yonei HaKol, Ve'zoker HaZeyot V'Yalon. Let's turn to page 178 for Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Elam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol ed ubechol shah bishlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. it's time for the Misha Barak prayer. I'm inviting Donna Huckleby to read the list of names for people who need prayer, and then we will ask if anyone has their own name that is not on the list.
Okay, for the Misha Barak list, we have remembrance of Penny Clark, Janice Schulman, Sandy Lewin, John Noxon, Meredith Rosenberg, Carol Wismiller, Jerry Steinke, Sandra Albert, Bill Rozelle, Mark Snyder, Celia Kessler, Macy Linder, Jean Beeman, John Noxon, Deborah Marcus, Matt Drake, Sarah Durand, June Sangret, Eliza Kaplan, Monte Wagner. Yeah. Faith Gobuddy.
Are there any names that are not on the list that you would like to say?
Toby Cat and Santa the Cat and April Cat and,
Toby Cat,
and Paul Marcus.
Palmer.
Elaine Michaels. Mitch Phillips. Davina and Barbara Nick.
Dr. Daniel Kazum, Renaz Halimi, Ralph and Carol Greco.
All of their names are in our prayers as we turn to page 371 from Misha Barak. Misha Barak Yavoteinu Mekor HaBracha Limoteinu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Beirach Imoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leavoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
For Shlema.
I'm now going to hand it off to this wonderful lady for the Devar Torah on Hukat.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to share some, this is my daughter's half-Torah portion, Vivian's, and so I would like to share some points that we thought were important during her Torah portion as well. So here goes. This Torah portion reading, Parshat Hukat, learn about Moses' sin of hitting the rock. First, I would like to point out a couple of points to ponder for the Torah study for tomorrow as well. Couple of themes, the mystery and meaning of rituals that's in this Torah portion, and the reason Moses and Aaron are not allowed to enter the land of Israel is another theme to talk about maybe for the Torah study for tomorrow as well. Okay. We learn about Moses' sin of hitting the rock instead of speaking to it as God commanded him. How was striking the rock so bad that Moses was not able to enter the land of Israel? Well, it was because of yet another complaint. We have heard the same complaints many times throughout the Torah. In Numbers chapter 20, we read, "There was no water. The people complained to Moshe." Commentary states, "We must go through the wilderness of life before entering the promised land. Those who murmured did not enter the promised land." Chapter 20 also states, "The wilderness is not a place of seed and fig and grape and pomegranates, and there is no water to drink." This was a complaint of the people against God. In Jewish thought, water, the fig tree, wine from the grape, as well as oil, milk, and honey, the two symbols of the promised land, are all metaphors for Torah, as mentioned in Every Man's Talmud. The Israelites were seeking physical food, but were missing the spiritual food that God was providing them during their wilderness walk. So what's the point? The answer is, if we have an attitude of gratitude instead of an attitude of complaining and doubt, we will be more likely to understand God's heart, His Torah, and His plans for our lives. We can waste our energy on murmuring and never grow up spiritually. Kind of guilty of that. Or we can determine to hear God and communicate with Him in the wilderness of life. Let us make a conscious effort to redirect our attitude and thoughts positively while never forgetting the bitter lessons of our forefathers. Complaining produced nothing except death in the wilderness. In the Haftarah, we read about Yiftach. Judges chapter 11 states, "He was the son of a harlot." God can raise up anyone to accomplish His purposes, even men of low degree. As 1 Samuel chapter 16 says, God does not judge a man by his outward appearances, but by the condition of his heart. Showing that God can take any vessel, no matter how average it may be, and elevate it for His purposes, providing the vessel has faith and willingness to be used. It is in this way God and not man gets the recognition. Judges 11 says, Yiftach sent messengers unto the king. Before going to war with the people of Ammon, Yiftach made every effort to diplomatically resolve Israel's differences with that hostile nation. Armed conflict was still the result, and God gave Israel the victory. What can we learn from this? History shows that Israel often makes every attempt to make peace with our enemies before resorting to legal means. When all else fails, if one is walking in the paths of righteousness, know that God will support you when you have to come to blows with your enemies as a last resort. As it says in Deuteronomy 31, "The Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged." Also noting from the prophets Isaiah, Zechariah, and Hosea, we learn that our observance of holy days and rituals are important, but that fulfilling these mitzvot pleases God only if we observe the mitzvot of treating one another with respect, kindness, and justice. So I want to say that Hukat also this is the 39th reading from the Torah, and Hukat comes from the word that means statute. The name is derived from the second verse of the reading. "This is the statute of the Lord, This is the statute of the law which the Lord has commanded, Numbers 19, verse 2. And Hukah presents the mysterious laws of the red heifer ceremony for purification for after contact with human death from the waters of Meribah. So I want to also say happy Black Music Appreciation Month and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Mother. Let's turn to page 586 for Aleinu. And please rise. Aleinu l'shabbat l'adon ha'kol, v'teitzid v'al'yotzer b'reshit, shalu asanu yeharatzot, v'lo samanu mishpachot adama, shalu samtu kinu lahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamona, v'anachnu korim, u'mishpachim u'modim, v'ifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notei shamayim v'yoseh haaretz, u'Moshe bikaro b'shamayim imah, u'shkinatu zo, v'govei me'eromim, hu Eloheinu Eino, Melech Malkeinu efesu ato, kadatu b'torato, v'edat hayom, v'hashevota, ele balecha, ki Adonai hu Elohim, b'shamayim imah, ve'al haaretz, mitachat einav, ve'emar v'haya Adonai, v'melech al kol haaretz, v'yom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, u'shemo, u'shemo echad. You can be seated. The Kaddish list for this week in the yard sites. Chris Bagoon, Ronald Klaffer, Gary John Newman, Murray Straightengart, Magali Grace Verano de Apasoa, Barbara Norman, Herschel Adler, Eric Friedman, Carlos Garcia, Elaine Kaplow, Judah Rosen, Laura Sender Lawrence, Ann Ball, Maxine Jacobson, Wendy Phoenix, Stanley Middleton, John Rice, Louisette Brown, William Joseph Loza, Marianne Blumberg, Ronald Davis, Gary Malkin. And the yard sites. Russ Abbott, Shirley Beverly Becker, Jerome Birch, Marianne Carl, Bob Duran, Beth Harriet Dushkin, Elizabeth Dushkin, Ruth Ann Edelstein, Donald Eisner, Carol Schniesenberger Garst, Anne Gershenzon, Debbie Ginsburg, Michael Grossman, Morris Nathan Haslett, Louis Hetz, Ethan Nava, Harry Rosenberg, Tori Rosenblum, Simon Saperstein, Ralph Silverberg, Irving Smith, Joshua Steinberg, Carl Sugarman, Nancy Ann Sutter, Jules Edward Weiner, Joanne Ziccarelli, Sylvia Ziberski. Are there any names that were not on the list? May all their memories be for a blessing. Let's join together. Yit Gadal, V'yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma Divrach Hirutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayechon Uvyomechon, Uvchaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala Uvizman Kariv V'imru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Leolam Ulomei Almaya. Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yithaleh, V'yithalal, Shemei Dekudsha, Brichu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. O Shema Rabbah Mevarach, Yehayim Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom v'imramav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. It's Bob's time to shine. We're gonna pull up Bob for the announcements.
Please be seated.
Please be seated. Thank you.
What a wonderful service to have the lay leaders all during the summer. Just awesome, isn't it? And thank you, Donna, for sharing. And we will take these words up in Torah study tomorrow morning. Appreciate that. Thank you also to Donna, who made a special treat for Oneg. So you all need to stay for Oneg and see what it is she made that she's been baking. So we want you to enjoy it and have a good time with it, okay? There's an important gathering on countering anti-Semitism, and it's going to be held Monday, July 10th at the Mosaic Law Sanctuary. We've had some pamphlets, hate pamphlets distributed in our areas. We've had some pretty disrupting things going on. So, am I a little too close? Okay. So anyway, there's information out on the table about that, and if you're interested and want to know how do we work together to support each other, that we don't want to hate back and we don't want to name call back and all that, but we want to be positive in what we contribute as Jews to the world and to help people understand it's not about hating us, it's about inclusion for all of us. So that's the point. On the Shama, the youth program is starting up again this fall. We've had a wonderful year. You've helped teachers, all of you. It's been great. So we've had 35 to 40 children. It's really been special. So glad to have them. And please, if you know of families that need to sign up, it's part of the new dues structure that we all pay for through Teruma. So it's not a special charge to send your child to religious school, and we encourage everybody to be part of that. Upcoming dates, we've got the food fair, September 10th. Seems like a long ways off, but we're already starting to think about baking and putting together the teams that will help with that. So Joel's in the back, and he's going to be at the Oneg, and in between taking bites, talk to him about what you'd like to do to contribute to be part of that. And the concert series is coming again. We had a wonderful concert series. Michael Newman put it together, and that's again this fall. So that, and then volunteers are still needed for our fundraising. If you'd like to be part of the fundraising efforts, we had a wonderful dinner, Raise the Roof. We raised around $14,000 to start raising the roof, that is fixing the roof. So it's pretty nice. And everything helps. So thank you all for taking part in all of this. Again, really special to have you tonight, and Donna. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
We're going to sing a closing prayer now. And thank you all for coming. Thank you everyone on Zoom. Thank you Bob for doing the announcements. This opening prayer is going to be on page 625, Adon Olam, because we always do Aleinu. And I grew up when I was really young at Mosaic Law and KI. And we always do Aleinu and Eloheinu and Adon Olam. And since I'm going to be there, I'm going to do the family service next week with Sarah. If you want to come, you can come. We're going to do En Eloheinu. So I thought today we're going to do Adon Olam for that little history, you know. Page 625. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'et nasa v'chetzo kol asai melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch norah Vehu haya, vehu hove, vehu iye betifara, vehu echad, ve'ein sheni, vehamshilo lehachbira, veli reshit, veli tachlit, velo haoz, vehamishra, vehu eli, v'hai goali, v'tzor chevli beit Sarah, vehu nisi umanosli, menat kosi beyom ekra be'ado, af kidruchi, be'etishan ve'aira, ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li velo ira. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Please join us in the lobby, in the lobby for Oneg.